are taking over. Champions League awaits for me. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la, Enzo! Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la, Enzo! Sha-la-la-la-la-la, Enzo! And he comes from Italy. He's his way to Barcelona.
Developments in the transfer of Victor Osimhen late last night, very early this morning. Kave Solikol does not sleep. He just plugs himself in, I think, for a little bit of a recharge, because he said that potentially this could make the move significantly easier and better to do by the end of the day, in that Chelsea and the Napoli star would consider. Effectively, that does mean it's a permanent move. It just means that not everything has to take place right now, because Osimhen, remember, signed that contract extension at Napoli with huge wages just a year ago. That release clause is over 130 million euros, and he's on huge wages alongside that. That's the release clause. Chelsea, unsurprisingly, given what they've spent in the window and because they are more streamlined in their finances, didn't want to pay that out. But this obligation to buy at the end of it, it's effectively a move, isn't it? Which is what Osimhen wants himself. What we know is that Al Ali has put a very lucrative offer on the table for him, and as Pete mentioned a few minutes ago, the deadline for that doesn't shut until 11:59 on Monday evening. So there's still room if he doesn't come here. But his agent has said he's got unfinished business in Europe. What a prospect if he does come over here to the Premier League. I think Chelsea fans could get very excited if this one can get over the line before the deadline.
You talk about Rodrygo, because this guy, nobody talks about him, his work rate and his skills, what he does for the team. How is it to play with those two guys?
Incredible pressure, unimaginable for most players, and I think it was only a matter of time before he got started, and when the goals came, it was always going to be just a different level of player. The confidence he has, you give him the ball in any situation, he can make something of it. The speed, linking up with Vinny, it's really terrifying for most defenders to play against. So I imagine, and Rodrygo, so underrated. I think for me, he's probably the most talented and most gifted player in the squad. I think the things he can do with the football, when we'll be messing around and he'll flick the ball up somehow, and you're like, how do you do that? I'm trying to do it, twisting up my ankles and everything like that. And it's a pleasure to play with both of them. You put them in positions where they can affect the games and they'll win it for you. I think Rodrygo, another thing to mention is he's the one who kind of sacrifices the most, really. I think it's clear that his favourite position is the left. I think it's important to note that, he does a lot for the team as well, defensively on the right side, which isn't his favourite, but never complains, just gets on with it, and that's the way we have to continue,
That's nice to see. No,
yes.
really.